Hi, this is Rogers Redding, National Coordinator of Football Officials. I want to welcome you to Week 10 of our game video reviews. We're getting into the part of the season now where conference play is really intense, and so it calls for us to be very well prepared for the games. So to that end, I encourage you to watch the video, visualize yourself in the play. How would you react to the situations in your position? Talk about it with your crews, talk about it with your colleagues, and you'll be much better prepared for the game. Okay, let's get to the plays. We missed a block in the back on this punt return. We've slowed it down for you where you can see it. You can see that there's a shove in the numbers at about the 20-yard line, and so we should have had a flag down for an illegal block in the back. There's a couple of things we need to talk about on this play. The ball carrier is trying to score a touchdown. He's driving toward the goal line. So the first thing to notice is that his forward progress has stopped, and we should have blown the ball dead. But in any event, a teammate, number 76, grabs the ball carrier and pulls him into the end zone. Now remember, it's okay to push the ball carrier into the end zone or push the pile along the way, but certainly pulling is a foul. So we should have had a foul for this offensive lineman pulling the ball carrier into the end zone. That is not allowed, and it is illegal. We should have a flag. Here is an example of kick-catch interference, even though the receiver catches the ball. The rule is that the kicking team player is not allowed to enter the area defined by the width of the receiver's shoulders within 1 yard in front of him. And that happens here, even though he does catch the kick. Now remember, the foul is for interference with the opportunity to catch a kick, and whether or not the player actually catches the kick doesn't matter, because what is called for here is giving him an opportunity to catch the kick unimpeded by a player within a yard directly in front of him. So good call, interference with the opportunity to catch the kick.
Kick-catch interference, receiving team, 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, first down.
We get a flag for offensive holding on this play where the quarterback is trying to pass but winds up scrambling. This is a good call. You can see this on the line feed. Look at to the left side of the formation, number 14, grabs and restricts and eventually takes down the defender. We get a good replay on this. So good job, offensive holding.
Be in the holding zone. I think the tight end.
Number 14, 10-yard penalty, first down.
We get a good call here for holding in the offensive line. You'll see the offensive tackle, number 71, grab the defender and restrict him right at the point of attack. So good call, offensive holding by this lineman.
Holding, offense number 71, 10-yard penalty, repeat second down.
After this play is over, you can see that there's an altercation between two opponents. Now you can see this beginning on the line feed if you look right to the left, and we show some replays of this. Now it's good that we flagged this for unsportsmanlike conduct, and you can hear the referee announcing that it's the first unsportsmanlike conduct foul on this player. However, the player should have been disqualified. You can see that he throws several punches, body punches at his opponent. That's an automatic disqualification, so we should have had a disqualification for throwing punches at the opponent.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 97 of the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty with an automatic first down.
We get a call for targeting here, a foul committed by the defender against a receiver, defenseless player. This is a good call on the field. It is correctly confirmed by instant replay. So let's just walk through the steps. We have an indicator, we have a launch, we have forcible contact in an attack mode to the head and neck area, and also the player is defenseless. So good job to get this targeting foul, and also good work by instant replay to confirm the call.
Competitive team. Personal foul, targeting, defense, number 4. The previous play is under further review. After further review, the targeting was confirmed. Number 4 is disqualified from the game. 15-yard penalty and automatic first down.
We get a targeting foul on this pass play where the defender comes in and makes helmet contact with the receiver. This is correctly reversed to no targeting. Let's walk through the steps on this one because it's a good example. First of all, there is no indicator. There is no launch, there is no thrust from a crouch, and the player does not lower his head to initiate forcible contact with the crown of the helmet. So there's no indicator. So you can really stop right there, because if there is no indicator, there is not going to be a targeting foul. Now there is helmet-to-helmet contact, but still we hear some commentators and some officials talk about helmet-to-helmet contact. And remember, helmet-to-helmet contact is not a part of the targeting foul. And this is a good example of this. So again, no indicator, no targeting foul. So this is a good reversal by instant replay.
There is no foul for targeting. Number 14 can remain in the game. First down.
We have a couple of things to talk about on this play. First of all, you can see offensive lineman number 77 dart down the field, and we get a flag for an ineligible receiver downfield. But then the quarterback is called for intentional grounding. You can see that as he's trying to get rid of the ball, he just chunks it at the waist of the onrushing defender. And so that's intentional grounding. Good job to call that. So if we have intentional grounding, then we do not have an ineligible receiver downfield, because the ineligible receiver rule only applies to a legal forward pass. And since grounding is an illegal forward pass, there's no foul for that, but there is a good call for intentional grounding. So good job by the referee to explain that there is no foul for ineligible receiver downfield, but that there is a foul for intentional grounding.
There is no foul for ineligible downfield. Intentional grounding, offense number 3. Ball be placed in the spot of the foul. Also down, second down.
We have a scrimmage infraction here. Notice that the offensive team comes to the line and they're still moving, and they never all get set for a full second. There is a brief stop, but not for one full second. So this is correctly ruled as an illegal shift that converts to a false start. The referee announces that the players did not come to a stop. It would be better if he completed that announcement by saying that this is a false start. But in any event, good job to shut this down as an illegal shift converting to a false start.
All 11 players were not set after the ready for play. 5-yard penalty on the offense. First down.
Here we have a textbook example of a horse collar tackle. You can see that the ball carrier scrambles, heads toward the sideline, and the defensive player grabs him around the collar, certainly at the nameplate area, and jerks him quickly to the ground. And this is exactly the right call for a horse collar tackle. He may or may not got inside the collar of the back of the jersey, but remember that the rule now calls for it to be a foul if it's at the nameplate area as well. So good job to get this horse collar tackle.
Fouls. Horse collar tackle, number 24, defense. Penalties half the distance to the goal line. Automatic first down.
We get 2 fouls on this play. They're both correct calls and both well handled. First, notice that as number 4 goes in motion across the backfield, the deep back number 5 is moving around, and they're both still moving when the ball is snapped. So this is an illegal shift. Then we get defensive pass interference at the other end of the play. The pass receiver makes one heck of a catch on this ball, but it's wiped out because of the offsetting fouls. So good job to get the illegal shift. Good job to get the defensive pass interference. The referee does a very nice job of making this announcement, and notice that he cites both players in the shift, number 4 and number 5. It's a 2-person foul, so good job to get both those numbers. So well handled overall in terms of the fouls called and the announcement.
The 2 fouls on the play. Illegal shift. Offense number 4 and 5 were moving and never reset prior to the snap. Pass interference. Defense number 42. Those fouls all set. Replay second down.
We get a good call for an illegal block below the waist here, and we miss a foul for defensive pass interference. So we should have had offsetting fouls. So good job to get this blocking below the waist. You can see that the running back cuts the defender from the side, not directly from the front. So this is a good call. And in the case of the pass interference, we have an obvious intent to impede the receiver from getting to the ball. So we should have had a DPI foul, but certainly a good job to get the blocking below the waist.
Personal foul, illegal low block, offense, number 8. 15-yard penalty. Second down.
Here we have an example of a peel back block. We don't see these very often, so it's a good job to get this. This is an illegal block below the waist when a player blocks below the waist back toward his own end line. So good job to get this as an illegal block below the waist.
During the run, personal foul, low block, number 7 in the offense, blocking back to his end line. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, still first down.
We allow the defense to get away with a substitution infraction on this play. You can see that at the bottom of the screen, number 1 is leaving the field at about the time the ball is being snapped, and then number 5 comes into view from the sideline, and the play comes toward him, and he winds up making the tackle. Now, whether he is actually on the field at the time the ball is snapped is a little bit unclear, but in any event, he's violating the spirit of the rule. The substitution rule, which is in Rule 3, Section 5, talks about various kinds of substitution infractions, and in fact it talks about that a player cannot enter the field of play while the ball is in play. Now it's quite possible that this player was already on the field when the ball was snapped. That is, he might not have entered from the sideline while the ball was in play. But in any event, we should have flagged this because it certainly violates the spirit, if not the exact content of that rule. So it should have been a foul for a substitution infraction on number 5. Well, that's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed watching these plays and that you gained something from them. So good luck in your games this weekend. Let's have good concentration, good dead ball officiating, and I know you'll have a terrific weekend.